Always time for a little diddly when you're live. With a out of tune guitar, somebody here, happy days. All right, the gamer. We'll wait and see if anybody joins us. If nobody joins at all, oh hello, the organizer themselves. I'm just going to wait and see if we get some people on. If we get a decent amount of people on, we will crack in about. I've just noticed there's a return address on it, but doesn't really help me. I'll play a wee tune while we wait. Yeah. How is everybody anyway? By the rivers of Babylon, where he sat down. Right, come on, get people on this. Share, let everybody know I'm here. If we don't get anybody on, I'll just turn it off and answer HQ. Nice. It was an absolute. What I did though, this is my advice to you because I've watched some of the other people doing it. Is get your ants. Where is it? So what I did was I took the test tube and sat it end to end with this, and then I covered over this part, all their brood into here without the risk of losing any brood by trying to tip it in. Then I blocked off that end with a piece of tissue. It basically popped that against my chest and pushed that on. It does say to use the oil. Once it was all connected, just lifted the lid and popped out the piece of tissue, and all was done. So that's my advice to you for that one. But yeah, I mean, at first I was thinking there's not a hope in hell that is actually going to go into through the flange or the bung or whatever you want to call it. But with a bit of perseverance and a bit of, jiggery pokery. Oh, nice. The giant African train millipede. Let me know how you get on with that. But as I say, I just literally held the test tube to that, covered over that, and it exposed the test tube to the sunlight. About 15-20 minutes, they'd all moved into that. I think I actually put the end on first. Get back again. I actually took it apart, so I had this window piece on. I fitted that on first, popped that in, put that against my chest, forced that bit on, got the ants in, and then just rebuilt the rest of that, and then popped the tissue out. Hope that makes sense. Should make sense. Makes sense in my head. We're up to 4. So this is my unboxing of my secret Saviour package. It arrived today. Really excited about opening it. I was in two minds whether I should do an edited version or do a live version. I thought, to the best of my knowledge, nobody's done a live version of this yet, so I thought, what the heck, let's do a live. So if we get this, if we can get a few more people in, share it about, get people to join the live stream, and then we will crack in about this package. I took my address off. There is a wee bit of something revealed there, but I'm trying not to see what it is yet because I don't want to ruin the air of suspense and excitement. Awesome. Well, a huge thank to KK Slimes slash. We're up to 5 people. If we can get a few more, come on. I don't want to hang about for too long and keep you all watching my mug. Oh, thanks, Greg. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. All the way from Australia. What time is it in Australia then? Nice, Greg. Do you know what you're getting? No, who you're getting from, sorry. Obviously, you don't know what you're getting. That defeats the purpose of the... Ooh. Oh, we're down to 3. Alright, so it's not too late, not too late. I should have done it when I had 5, at least. Hopefully we'll get a few more people in soon. Any questions, any queries while we're here? Cheers, Josh. 2 malts. So what was that? 2 mils. You don't want centipedes. I actually spotted my Kingulata was up climbing about the other night. I don't often see that one out and about. It was quite nice to actually see it. I think it's had a molt and lost a leg somewhere by the looks of it. It was climbing up the side and it had a little black stump, but I'm sure it'll regenerate over the molts as they go. So who is still here? Because I'm now down to 2. Dianopus, awesome, mate, awesome. I've got a video I've been working on. It's where are you? Oh, she's right there. Probably can't see that very well. We could just, of course, move the camera. That would probably make more sense. I don't know if you can. Probably should have rotated the camera around, but she's up here. Can you see? Just there we go. Yeah, feeding really well, doing really awesome. I've got a wee video I'm working on with that one that I think is somewhere towards final editing stage. I don't know. I've got another video that is pretty much almost me, water area. So that is almost done. I've got a few bits. Yeah, man. I've got another box that arrived today that will be another video. And then I've got feeding and stuff to do as well. So I've got a busy day, but I wanted to see if I could get enough interest to do a live Secret Saviour box unboxing live. My Stegodifus molted as well, which is really cool. Turn it around. You can, if the light reflects, you can kind of just make out the molt sitting in there. Of course, she's sitting right by the molt, so it's kind of quite difficult to tell what's molt and what is her, but that's really cool. Sadly, my mature male, make sure that's hung on the wall properly. My mind's just gone a blank. What are they called? Eresis. My mature male Eresis, Digetos, he passed away, and I don't think there was any success with that. She's somewhere amongst all this wood stuff at the back here. She's kind of webbed up and living down in here. Maybe got her. Pardon me, I don't know. They were in, well, pretty much from when I got her, pretty much put him in. Didn't really see much signs of interaction, but then I'm not here 24/7. Can't but hope, but he is passed away now, which kind of sucks. But yeah, is what it is. Any more questions? Yeah, the ogre facer. Ram horns are doing absolutely awesome. I'm in the process of doing another video on them because there's news there to do with them. We're up to 6, 4 more, and I will start this unboxing. Get me to 10, and I'll do this unboxing. 2 videos filmed after we've done this, in theory, but I've got a lot of feeding to do as well. A lot of these slings and stuff are going to need fed. Put some fruit flies in for the ants. I've got this to rehouse. A friend of mine dropped this off for me. It is a Pteronicus cordatus. It's quite a decent size. It certainly needs moved up from this. It's kind of in this very minimal amount of substrate at the moment. That was dropped off to me the other day. I'm not going to open that box because the last thing I need is a cordatus running about the place. It's right down here. You can just see the bottom of the abdomen. There are 2 more, and we will open this box. 3 more. We'll open this box. So that is a cordatus that needs rehomed. Oh, come on, stop dropping out. Hello. Come on, share away. As soon as I get to 10 people, I'll open this box. It's a Secret Saviour mystery box. It arrived today. Really excited to get in about it. Come on, share, get people watching, and we'll get in about this box. Yeah. Hope everybody's well. Don't know who of you will be returning to work soon, who's still at work, who's not at work. Hey, stop going away, people. I can't even remember how many I sent you, Greg. I know I sent you like a mix of larvae, cocoon, and beetle stage, but I don't actually remember how many at all went into the tub. Yeah, that's it. Come on, creep up. 12, yeah, I mean, they're obviously breeding, they're obviously happy. Just got home from work, started. Oh, you beastie, that's gotta hurt, man. That's gotta hurt. Still waiting on that water scorpion from you, mate. Sticky bomb, you knob. I was just saying about the cordatus she dropped off to me, how I'll need to get that rehomed. Come on, 2 more people. Get me 2 more people in here. We'll open this box. Come on. Or shall we just be completely impatient and open it anyway? Set a target and abandon it. Brian, I thought you were at work today. What is today? Tuesday. I thought you were at work today. Josh, I've not seen as much of an increase as I would hope. They seem... What I really want to do, because it seems... let's head over, actually. Let's quickly head over to... How do you flip the camera again? Flip the camera around. Let's head over to Alcatraz. So, I have discovered... Hold on a second. I'm going to... That's a brilliant angle to leave you sitting at, but that's the angle you're at. Enjoy the angle. Right, so I have discovered that the nest entrance is somewhere just in about here underneath this log. And what I really want to do, well, we're at 10, what I really want to do is lift this log up, because I reckon there's going to be a huge amount of activity under there. But I don't want to disturb them too much. Usually I'll spot a few ants out and about, exploring the area. That's sort of feeding area down there. But I've not had, like on Ants Canada or something where it puts in food and these thousands of ants swarm it. But I suppose it's a kind of slow, gradual process, and sooner or later, fingers crossed, we will get to that kind of action, so to speak. But for the time being, I don't even know if there's any out and about just now. Usually spot one, you know, one or two exploring here. We have still got a test tube with water hidden in there. It's misted quite regularly. I'm not seeing any movement, but you know, I'm sure they're there. Two slugs. All right, okay, Brian. Oh, should I shout? Shout! Break to one. Which inverts breed the most? These guys. These guys. These guys are mental. Every time you look in, there's like, they're going for it. Right, there we go. These two are probably going for it. There's probably a little bit of action going on over here between them, and I'm going to sit your face in. There you go. Let's clear that stuff out of the way. Close that. Them and the ISOs I got from Scott. So these were the takeout isopods that Scott sent me, and these things have just literally exploded in population. They are insanely happy little isopods. There's just a crazy number of them in there, so between them and the fruit beetles. Right, okay, so KK Slimes, you're on this feed. You have organised all of this. Also Tails and Gizmos on Instagram, so go and check that out. Now I have kind of accidentally ripped part of the front here while I was taking the label off. Let's turn that around. Packaging is really lovely. It's gone to a lot of effort. So this is the exciting bit that we're going to get about, and you know, typical, I've left my knife sitting a miles away. This is the exciting bit. This is what we've been waiting for. Obviously it's got fragile live animals. Okay. Okie dokie. Somebody likes Jaffa cakes. Right, is this a clue as to... I can't remember if I want to know who it was from or not. I kind of do now. Now I think I do want to know who it's from. Maybe there'll be a clue in here. What we do know is that whoever it is really likes Jaffa cakes. Or perhaps works in a shop. I don't know. If you're watching this, if it's you, by all means let me know. I'll be happy. I'll carefully open that. Okie dokie. Ooh. Right, and see, I don't know if there's a deliberate theme going on here. Orange and blue, is that a clue? I feel that's a clue. That's a clue, isn't it? Hey Sam! Orange and blue. Does anyone have colours orange and blue? Right, anyway, I feel that this is... Maybe I'm overthinking it, I don't know. But if anybody's got any clues or has any guesses, let me... Easy peeps. If we manage here to be having a field day with all this. Okay, it's somebody that likes packing anyway. Fan of Iron Brew maybe? Is this a Scottish thing? Jeez, oh. Orange baboon, oh maybe. Then is this just the part? This is just a joke, isn't it? Just a box of orange and blue shredded paper. Aha! Right, okay, right. I feel I kind of want to know now who this is from. Okay, so we have a protein dish. Okay, that's right. So we have. I'm getting about that in a minute. Okay, we've got some instructions down here. Let me get into here. A little pro dish. We'll set that aside. I've actually lost my. Oh, there we go. I've lost my knife under all this packaging. Okay. So we have. I can see it. You can probably see exactly what it says. I haven't kept these in any ages. Come on, bubble wrap. Oh, they are a good size. They are a good size. Obviously, these guys slash girls, because they are hermaphrodite, get pretty darn huge. But we can see there they are a fair good size. Oh, I've not kept. What one's on the lid? Beautiful shell condition. So whoever is responsible for these, absolutely incredible. They are very, very well bred snails. Very well bred snails. There's not that I can see a single bit of imperfection on that shell. You're going to guess. I do. The wild, yeah. I'll need to find a container for my orange and blue shredded paper. Okay, so I am getting to the point that I want to know exactly who's responsible for this. They are so well cared for. Very, very well cared for. Beautifully packaged. All that lovely moss will be getting put into the enclosure. Yeah, I kind of thought Jade, because Jade I know is very, very proud of her snails and really does amazing care. Kiki winked. Kiki's winking at me. Kiki, of course, will know. Right, so we do. This might actually tell us. Okay, dokes. Ah, right, okay. Right, because there's other bits in here. That's the thing. There's loads of stuff in here that might yet be more clues. But we've got a care guide. Please do not use hot water, making it with protein mix. Right, so they've actually provided... oh, that's cuttlebone. So, a good bit of cuttlebone there. That, right, okay. Not that that's a clue, but cuttlebone is brilliant to have. It saves me... They've obviously really thought about this on the fact that they've provided everything I'm going to need. Mixture will thickens it cool. So they've actually provided, I'm guessing this is this, plum and dead. All right, okay. So this is a breeder. This is somebody that breeds or has been sourced from a breeder. I wonder if this is a clue. Okay, if anybody recognises. Oh wow, that is friggin' awesome. That is absolutely friggin' awesome. Right, I need to know. Because that is incredible. Oh wow. That is the coolest bottle opener. That is the coolest bottle opener I've ever seen. How cool is that? I'm guessing some kind of orb weaver. Yeah, that's... Right, back to the snails, although that is... I've got orange and blue paper absolutely everywhere. Right, so our clues are somebody likes Jaffa cakes, somebody that has access to a lot of orange and blue paper, and quite possibly a snail breeder. So this is plum and dead. I want to try this. I quite fancy the sound of plum and dead nettle. Protein mix, and we've got instructions. So, make sure the thickness is cool enough to add more water. Consistency should be able to run off a spoon, but not watery. If the mix is too thick, you risk dry patches, which should be avoided. Once cooled, do not be placed in the dish. Place in the evening and remove the next morning. Do not use after 24 hours. Snails. Do not dry feed. Anyone should be removed. Okay, so this can actually be used for other things as well. Not that I'm going to, because I recognise this. Whose logo is that? Somebody... yeah, it certainly looks like it. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere. I'll be on Facebook later on looking through all the snail groups to recognise that logo. I want to get in about this here stuff. Where's the... trying to avoid that sticker getting ripped. I hope this isn't just all loose in here and about to pour out the room. Okay, so this is a bag at the back. Okay, so here we have Chow. So this was, what did we say? Plum and dead nettle. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Let's dispose of all this. Right, so our clues are a logo sticker, knowledge, food, cuttlefish, and some of the nicest shells I think I've ever seen. So I will track down whom this gifter was. I will need, and of course this very, very cool bottle. I will need to try and find an enclosure for them. I'm sure I have some space somewhere. But I actually, these are dark form. I've had albino types before, but let's just again have a look at the absolute impeccable condition of these shells. To the foot of the snail, and this is an animal that only has one foot. Boom, boom. But these are incredibly well cared for snails. Tiny little chip there, but this is the part that's still growing, so that's nothing to worry about. If this is somebody's from their own collection, or as I say, from a business, it looks like they're very, very recommendable, is that a word? Person to get snails from, because they're absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing condition. So amazing, thank you. That has been absolutely brilliant. Well happy with that. Well happy with that. And as I say, if anybody can let me know, or if you make yourself known to me, absolutely awesome. I cannot thank you enough. It's blowing awesome. Absolutely awesome. Very, very awesome. Very, very cool. I'm going to pop the lid back on them. Awesome. I reckon that's so cool. I've got orange and blue paper everywhere, so yeah, that'll be fun to tidy up. Thank you, and again a huge thank you to KK Slimes, Tales of Gizmo, for arranging all of this. I can't imagine getting all this sorted out has been easy, but I'm over the moon. I'm absolutely over the moon. Obviously, it's you just don't know what you're going to get, so it's really awesome. Sorry if I've missed any questions. That's the logo of the company who make the mix. So the mix has maybe not come from the person that supplied the snails. Is that a clue there, Mr. Buggy Realms? Do you know something? Sam? So many. Yeah. 3 clues. Come on in. Throw us out 3 clues and we'll... I said I didn't want to know, but now everybody else has gone, yeah, I want to know. Oh, Sam knows, right. So it's Kelly, isn't it? It's come from Kelly. It's got to be Kelly. Well, we're going. I think the general consensus is no, these creepy. Definitely Kelly. We all are in agreement. It's got to be Kelly. And Sam's giving us. Sam knows. Sam knows. Sam knows all too well. Awesome. Brilliant. If they are from Kelly's collection, she has absolutely amazing snails and takes impeccably amazing, brilliant, fantastic, good care of them. Those shells are just all right, Jagger. I've kept and raised snails, and obviously they can have gajillions of babies, and it's not always easy to maintain a high level of nutrients and stuff to make sure this. I'm havering because they're perfect, they're amazing, they're incredible. So a huge thank you to Kelly, and if it's not Kelly, you're getting the praise for somebody else, but. Yeah, she's done such an amazing job with them, and I shall message her because I think one's up and about. Yeah, she's done such an amazing job of raising them. Now I'm gonna have to find the enclosure. Let's see. And these guys get big. These are the Felucia are very big snails, full size, and she's provided the food, the cuttlefish, the dish. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. They're such, they're really interesting, amazing creatures to keep. So, Kelly, you are an absolute bloody legend. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Well, that's been fun. I've really enjoyed that, and go and watch the other unboxing, Secret Saviour unboxing, and I think there's still more to come. I think Greg said he was maybe expecting one this week. So, again, a huge thank you to Slimes and Tails, KK Gizmo. Yeah, thank you to you. I can't imagine what an absolute nightmare it's been at time to organise all this. So, very, very, very much appreciated. Hugely appreciated. And we'll find them a wee home later on. So before we skedaddle, is there any questions anybody wants? I just want to make sure the lid is on them wood lice, the isopods properly. Anybody got any questions they would like to ask? 7 more to come. Wow. Need to create a playlist of all the videos. That'd be really cool to watch. Oh, Sam Boys is out tomorrow. Jack, I don't think I don't think I've seen. I'm going to go back and check. I don't think I've watched your one yet, mate. So we're going diverse and immense collection. A lot of people keep journals and diaries and all that kind of stuff. I try and make sure that they've got the priority things. Water, regular feeds, heat and humidity where as and when required. I get it wrong. I make mistakes. The same as it. I think a lot of keepers try and focus on all the successes and seem to negate the failures. I think I try and make aware of my failures, so that hopefully I and other people can learn from it. My velvet worm videos, I absolutely love the velvet worms, but for want of trying, I could not get the care right, and I made that abundantly obvious in the videos. I really struggled to keep them, and hopefully other people can watch that and realise that they're not actually maybe all that suitable to be kept as pets. But I'm learning and changing and adapting all the time, and especially really difficult to find decent information on them. So I had to sort of track down other keepers or people that have kept similar species and kind of try and work out from them how they keep them, and just kind of take it from there. You know, fingers crossed and hope for the best. They seem to be doing. They actually need to get fed today. So one of them is down there. You can't really see it all that well. It's run about down there. This one, oh, this one has molted. This one's slightly bigger, but you can't really see it because it's behind that bit of bark and the light's reflecting. And, but this one has molted. This one I'm guessing will probably molt quite soon. I'll be doing an updated video on them because they were the Patreon. They were purchased with Patreon support. So they will get a wee updated video at some point. But yeah, a lot of it is trying to research as much as I possibly can and just trying to get it right. But it doesn't always work. I don't always get it right. I do make mistakes. Oh, hello, Kelly. Your snails are absolutely felucian beautiful. The care that has gone into these guys, Kelly, is absolutely fit. I doff my hat to you, lady, because the care you have put into those snails is bloody incredible. Absolutely amazingly well loved. Not that I would have, knowing it's from you, I can perfectly understand. And that ball opener is fucking awesome. But yeah, Kelly, it sounds silly to be so impressed with the condition of a snail shell, but knowing how difficult it is to raise snails and to maintain such a perfect shell condition throughout is not. It's not just an easy thing. You don't just throw them in a tank and they have such beautiful shells. That's a lot of care has gone into making sure that they grow up with healthy shells. So eggs they lay in abundance, and you end up with hundreds of baby snails, and they devour cuttlefish in a matter of days. Really doesn't last that long when you've got babies, so it's so difficult to maintain their needs. But yeah, thank you so much. They're absolutely beautiful, and we shall get them into a home as soon as we're finished here. But thank you, Kelly. The snail chow, the cuttlefish, the bottle openers. I say the bottle openers are very cool. Be interested to see where you got that from. If you, Kelly, I don't know, if you ever watched snail shit hatching, it is the cutest little thing in the world. They're like these little tiny white things that just slowly crack open. The shell that's very see-through and opaque shell comes out from within the egg. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. This little life coming into the world. It's awesome. Yeah, it's maybe worth dropping a link to where the bottle opener came from, or where you sourced it from, because it's very cool. Um, I don't have any Therafosa. I've thought about keeping them. I just at the moment I don't actually have the space, which is a big problem. I would love to keep. I would absolutely love. The closest I've got in terms of eventual size is my LP, which is in that one there. Obviously, still growing on. I absolutely love the Lasiodora family. I would really love another Kluge. My favourite spider of all time. My first ever really big spider was a Kluge. Her name was Ripley. She was absolutely amazing. She was the most docile, gentle giant I've ever met. Never any signs of defence or agitation or hair flicking. She was just quite content to plod about her day. We used her in a lot of education talks. She has met or had met hundreds, if not thousands, of people over her time with us. Would give anything to have her. If I could have anything back in my entire collection, it would be Ripley. She was amazing. She was amazing. I'm a quite a Monday, Sir Miss him. Um, See you later, man. You must be absolutely shattered. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you. Think numbers. Think numbers. Not John 3000. It was from eBay. Cool. Favorite tarantula? Well, as I say, my Kluge. Yeah, very close inside. My Kluge Ripley. I'd not long got into tarantula keeping. I'd only been keeping about a year or so, and it gradually. I started with slings and gradually increasing. I went into a shop, a local pet shop at the time, and they had her in basically one of these, and she filled this tub. And I just fell in love with her. It was the biggest, scariest, most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, and I just had to have her in my collection. And probably paid a ridiculous sum of money over the odds of what a Kluge is worth. And I was filled with fear and trepidation and apprehension, letting her out of this container that she arrived in, that she was in the shop. But for the moment she came out and she walked across my hand, there was like this instant moment of just love. And then we decided to start doing education talks and ran our own business and stuff. We decided we would use her for teaching people about spiders and tarantulas, and not once did I ever have any worries about using her to educate. There was never, I don't think in her whole life span, never saw a flick a single hair. She was just the most amazing spider. But that's not to say they're all going to be like that. Somebody else could have a Kluge that is the most violent little so and so on earth. Oh, I'm on the right lines. I was on the right lines. Oh no. He likes. All right. So yeah, favorite species. I love Lacidon. I think they're absolutely amazingly beautiful spiders, hugely overlooked. Generally, tend to have quite a docile nature. Obviously, every individual is completely different, but generally, from my experience, I've had relatively calm, docile, gentle giants. I've been very lucky of. So for me, yeah, absolutely. Um, my biggest concern about Therafosa is I know the Uricating hairs are quite similar to that of the Nando, and I so much as open the Nando chromatus tank and I seem to just come out and it's like it's one species that seem to irritate the living crap out of me. So I'd be a wee bit apprehensive about having Therafosa, especially with a wee man liking to get involved so much. Um, but I would still love to have one in collection. Look at how grey my bloody hair is. Yeah, Nando's are cool. It should be even cooler had she not ate the male. Sorry, I've just realised one of the legs is an odd. I'll fix it later. That's a beautiful view for you. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? She seems to like chilling out on that thing. Can you zoom? You can zoom. So yeah, I was gifted a mature male. I've tried pairing them a couple of times. I think I did a live on that. Not a huge amount of success. So in the end, I just because I knew he was quite an old mature male. So he went in, and I think he was probably in there for quite some considerable time. But it's not looking like she's going to drop, which is a shame. After an hour, oh Jesus, man, no. So as I say, I have an update on the The ram's horns will be nice. That is a very good second tarantula. What was your first then? What was your first tarantula that you got? All right, Kelly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You girl are absolutely amazing, and I will speak to you later on. Have a good day with whatever it is you're doing. I do have another box that I need to edit and such like. Port Rye, very nice, very nice. I don't know if that'll be up today. I don't know. Maybe. What do you think? Should we put another video up today? We'll wait and see. Wait and see. Depends how long it takes me to edit it. Because I do have a bag of crisps to eat. Shouldn't wait for that one. Thank you, Kelly. Of course, I've still got stickers available. If I've already sent out loads, hopefully a lot of you guys should have been receiving them and such like. If you have received them, let me know. But I still have stickers available with the logo. So if anybody wants stickers that I've not already sent to, do let me know. I can get them sent out to you as soon as. Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. As I say, I'm trying to keep a list of who I've sent to, so I know who's got. But it's good to know that they've arrived. I feel I could do. Hold on. She's gone, but Kelly, she's the best. Rah rah rah. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna regret that later. Somebody could play that back to Kelly, please. Oh dear. Go on, just drop me an address. I've got envelopes. I've got stamps. I've got a life full of regret of throwing blue paper and stuff everywhere. Yeah, drop me an address either on Postbook or on Instagram, and I will get them posted out. I could probably pop them down later on and chuck them in the post box, to be honest with you. Wee man's away with his granny just now, so I am I was alone. I was up by myself. Yeah, you get them. So yeah. So yeah, anybody, if you're wanting I should just go and hang my head in shame. If you're wanting stickers, let me know. Drop me a message on one of my social media platforms, and I will get stickers sent out. If you want more than a few, just let me know. If you want to gift them to anybody else, or need more than. I think I've been sending them out in threes. I don't know why, but I've been sending them out in twos or threes. Got to shoot. Your house looks like a bomb, mate. Wait a minute. Oi, right. Your house looks like a bomb. All right. Didn't give me my house looks like a bomb, malarkey. All right. I'll bloody bomb you. I will bloody bomb you, pal. Right. Yeah. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Famous last words. Oh, see you later, Greg. Sorry, I missed you even saying goodbye. See you later, Greg. Yeah, again, thank you to Kay for organising all this. It's been absolutely amazing. I didn't know if anyone else had done a live on the unboxing. Oh, Sam, if you're still there, Sam, are you still there? Is he gone? Sam? Oh, I think he's away. What time is it where we are? Hold on a second. I don't know. It is 20 past 1. Sam, is Kelly a fan of Jaffa cakes? Out of curiosity. Is she a Jaffa cake fan? You know, the room's a mess anyway. I can imagine. Well, I don't know where she bloody puts it. Maybe send her some Jaffa cakes to say thank you. Whereas, yeah, as you were saying earlier, there's some things I just had hee-haw success with, and I tried to make sure I had the right wood. I tried to make sure the temperature and humidity was right. I put so much research into looking after those wetters, but I don't know if sometimes I just overly complicate things. I think that's part of the problem is I overthink the care of things. Um, I don't know if perhaps I just not stress them out, but check on them too regularly. Is that could that? I don't know. But yeah, the wetters didn't do well, which is it's a learn for me, and it's something I know I won't keep again. If I cannot get it right, I'm not going to keep trying. Uh, if I can establish what it was I went wrong with, so um, say for example the Oresis. Um, very easy spiders to look after. But if I over misted them constantly, oversprayed them, and it's sadly passed away, I would know it's because the humidity level was completely wrong, and I would avoid doing that again. If I can learn something from my mistakes and ensure that I got it right the next time, I would consider trying again. If I have absolutely no idea where I went wrong or how I got it wrong, uh, I wouldn't want to risk the lives of more animals for me to get it wrong again with not having a starting point to correct the problem. If that makes sense. I hope that answers the question. In my head, that answers the question, but hopefully that answers the question. If I know what I've done wrong and I can fix the problem and get it right the next time, I'll consider doing so again. If I've got it wrong and I have no idea what it was I did that was so wrong, then no, I wouldn't risk the welfare of an animal again. Cheers, mate. And great question, yeah. Thank you for asking because it allowed me to verbalise what was. Oh, Sam, if you can hear me, if you remember, I was talking to you about. We're going to be Captain Vague here. I was speaking to you about something that we were going to organise. I said I had something ordered to do that. I realised that was back in May, and it still hadn't arrived. What a shame, Josh. What an absolute shame. But I've chased up the company. It is on its way. So when it arrives, I'll let you know, and we can ball rolling on something that I'm being very vague about. If you can even hear this, if not, I'll message you about it later. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, so there's a ball is rolling, but it's rolling from a long, long way away, so it's taken a while. Any other questions? I really like Pana's questions. They were really good questions. You can't get into the acrylic. Are you still fighting with your test tube setup? You're still fighting with this. So what to do is ignore this part. So you've just got this wall. All right, just this wall here. Put the flange in, or bung, whatever you want to call it. And then the way I did it, the instructions do say to use a bit of oil around here to allow for a bit of. It does feel like it's too big. It does seem like it's too big to fit in. Because I was like racking my brains as to how it was going to fit in here, but it does fit. So put your flange or bung or whatever you want to call it into the hole and use your finger to make sure that it's. And then what I did was I put this bit against my chest and just kind of waggled the wall piece on, and it does take a wee bit of force. And then I rebuilt the rest of the cube around that wall once it was on. Yeah, the whole Porter Eye Rosier thing, I think people still get confused about. One thing, just somebody raised just while I've got this out, somebody pointed out in my last video, and I'm just going to address it just now. Obviously, this here works very similar to the cotton wool. So you put water in here, and it seeps through and allows the ants to get hydration and moisture. And somebody said, what about a water tower? This is not big enough for a water tower to fit into, obviously, to make sure they've got access to water. Speaking with Ants HQ, they were saying, obviously make sure your humidity, if it's make sure your moisture chamber's full. They say, just you can give this a wee spray, a wee mist, which will put water droplets around the edge, and the ants can get water that way as well. So just I'll share Q-tip, how Yankee, a cotton bud, tip of a cotton bud, and used the. I think I actually got this from somewhere else. I have a little ant basket. Keep all my ant stuff separately. So cut off the tip of a cotton bud and drip your honey water stuff onto the cotton bud. This stops them getting stuck in the honey water. If you will, if you just drop that about the enclosure or something, they can get stuck in it, and it can be all a bit nasty. It can get covered in, God knows what. But you can get a little dish, tiny little dish, set that in the dish, soak your honey water stuff onto that, and then just replace or top it up periodically. Seeds for the messers, a little water drippy dropper. Yeah, that's my little ant box tub kind of thing. It sits up next to me other. That's a good way of making sure they've got. I'm going to kill Kelly for all this stuff. That's a good way of making sure that they've got access to honey water is used. It was actually a guy that sent me some ants in the past that said, giving me that tip is use the tip of a cotton bud, just cut off and soak it in the honey water mixture stuff. I've also got frozen stuff in the freezer that you can just squeeze out and give them droplets of that as it defrosts. So yeah, ants are cool. Ants are very cool, and you should definitely. My biggest fear is them escaping. When I first got into keeping, it was actually in this house here. We had an infestation of ants had got into the home, and they riddled away. They'd basically gone from the front door all the way along the bottom. So all the tanks I had lower down were just absolutely riddled with ants, and it was an absolute nightmare. I had to completely clean out all the tanks, full substrate, set little ant traps around all the display area, and treat the cause outside as well. Touch wood, thankfully we've not had any issues since, but my biggest fear is if say the Mimerica Roomba got out, or even them ones, any of the fire ants, any of the red ant species, that potentially they could. I mean, apparently these things are like a wasp sting, a bite for one. A load of those little red so-and-so's nipping at you would be kind of painful. So that's why I went with the island idea, because they can't swim. Obviously, make sure if you're doing the island idea, make sure it's a species that isn't adaptable to creating a raft and sailing away to freedom. Originally, I was going to do that with the Messer Barbarus, the CD in ones that are up there in the test tube setup. But apparently, from what I've read, they're kind of dumbasses and will all just fall in the water and drown. They're like just absolute muppets of the ant world. So we decided to not do that because that would be foolish. So we used it with the Myrmica. And I love it. I love my little ant island. I had green link spiders, and me being me, very foolish. I housed them in these Exoterra units, and they were very small. And what I didn't really appreciate at the time is if I flip you around. So on an Exoterra unit, now bear in mind these were very, very small spiders. At the door hinge, there's a reasonable gap there. And you can see in there. And yes, the green link spiders manipulated and made use of that gap, shall we say. So that was... I've thought about getting them again because obviously I know the error that I made there and could avoid it by housing them in something a lot more suitable and size appropriate. It was a group of 4, I think, I put in. One did die in a bad molt, but I think the other 3, unbeknownst to me, because there was live plant. It was a live plant setup. There was loads of bark and all this kind of stuff. Lots of... So I stupidly, I was putting fruit flies in. I was assuming they were doing well. I'd occasionally see 1 or 2 on the roof, but over time I suddenly realised that yes, Saviour, we received these absolutely beautiful Felicia giant African land snails, or Fulica, however you want to pronounce it. That is going to be a separate video all onto itself, possibly later on today. I've not decided. Depends how long it takes me to edit it together. I forgot what I was saying. Green link spiders, yeah. Yeah, Cash later on, mate. I'm going to check. I don't think I've watched your Secret Saviour unboxing, mate. So I'm going to go back and watch that. I thought I've been trying to catch them all as they've been coming out, but it's very difficult sometimes to keep up with YouTube and all that. As much as I do try. But have a good day, whatever your plans are. It's looking like it's going to heave it down with rain here. I'm in Scotland, so we're kind of used to it. Deal account for that. We can have every single weather season in the space of about 20 minutes. Yeah, man, take it easy. I'll catch you later. If it was just... Was you asking for stickers? Drop whoever asked me for stickers. See? Whoever asked me for stickers, drop me an address and I will get that sorted out for you. That'll be super duper cool. Is there anything anybody wants to see or any questions, queries? Trying to think if there's anything super duper cool to have a look at. The Phalax are doing well. They need a good misting today. That tank up there, that big bad boy up there. Can this thing zoom? It can I zoom? That is hermit crabs up there. They're very small just now, but this is hermit crabs up here. Yeah. I just constantly pedals it down there. Once these hermits, I know obviously hermit crabs can live. I don't think I'll keep hermit crabs again, as much as they are kind of cool. I enjoy keeping them from when if and when you see them, but I don't think I want to keep them again. All hermit crabs are wild caught. I know obviously wild caught specimens are ripe within the hobby. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. There's something about hermit crabs. I feel kind of not bad. I don't think bad's the word I'm looking for. I think they could probably do better in the wild, and knowing it's one thing to say I've got like an Oresus and not necessarily know its origins. I know they were wild caught. I know they were taken from the wild to be sent up and packaged out and sold, and that doesn't sit to it. I know everything is originated from wild caught specimens, but over time a lot of these animals are becoming much more readily available as captive bred animals, and so wild caught doesn't really need to happen as much. But with them guys, it has to be, because people cannot seem to grow them or breed them successfully up to adulthood. Or first of all, Mitch is absolutely friggin' awesome. All right, Ben. Mitch is absolutely awesome, and he's a pain in the absolute hoop, because Mitch has just posted up a couple of new spiders. I shared them on my Facebook Invertebrarian page. He has a wandering spider species, which is beautiful, so tempted, and he has the orange-footed huntsman, which is just absolutely beautiful. I do love huntsman spiders. The bin lorry's coming, so you're probably about to hear a whole heap of noise. I do love the huntsman spiders, and he's kind of teasing me with these at the moment. Jumping spiders, I'm still learning very much about them myself. I'm still very new to jumping spiders. Keeping of any pets in general is always going to be about speak to people who keep them and they keep a short period of time and they're still alive. Speak to somebody that is perhaps bred or kept different species for a long period of time and has a vast amount of knowledge into keeping any given jumping spiders, rhesus spiders, wolf spiders, whatever it may be. Speak to somebody that is successful at keeping them and try and learn from that person as much as you can. Would be my top advice. Mitch can obviously offer you advice, but there are some amazing amazing people that keep and breed and have a huge vast amount of knowledge of jumping spiders, and I would say speak to them. They're the ones that are going to steer you right. Join a dedicated Facebook group to keeping of jumping spiders in this instance, and ask in the group. Usually admins are good people to speak to. Some groups you can go into, and this isn't applicable to jumping spider groups, this is a generalization. Some groups you can go into, let's say tarantula groups, you can go into tarantula groups. Everybody was a beginner at once. Everybody had to start somewhere, and everybody at some point will have asked the same questions. Is this okay? Can I do this? Is that alright? And then people keep for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and they forget that they asked this very basic, simple question one time way back when. And somebody comes into the group and he says, can I put this spider in this enclosure? And they will go, and that gets on my wick. That really irks the living out of me. We all began somewhere, but you generally don't get that same reaction from admin. Small but fun rant there from me. Ask about and don't be put off by keyboard warriors who just go like hibbity jibbity and try and belittle you or demean you in any way, because they're just twats. For water condition for the hermits, I use I've got a separate box for this is water based things. for the normal water pool, if you will. And for the salt water, I use aquarium salts and mix as appropriately. This is my salt water container, so only the salt water mix is done in this one, and the fresh water is done in a separate bottle that I use for just my spraying and my misting. But all are treated with tap safe dechlorinator, and that goes for my aquatic snails as well. I use a dechlorinator for them, and as I say, the salt water for the salt pool. I always ensure the salt pool is on this side so that I don't get the two of them mixed up. And again, I keep everything separate for the care of the aquatic side of things, so that I don't accidentally use this bottle to water any of my other animals. It's also a general dumping ground for other bits and bobs, but generally, yeah, that's my watery based animal keeping kind of type things. And the other thing that may seem is my siphoning filter. I put a bit of gauze over the end, so that if I'm working with the snails, if there's any offspring or anything small in there, not that there is yet, but it stops bits of silt and debris and rocks and stuff getting siphoned up. So that's another wee tip for me to any of you that give up monkeys. But yeah, that's the water treatment and conditioning that I use for my hermits. The chlorinator and the rock salts for the rock pool. I know you can get pre-mixed salt water, which is something I'm wanting to look at doing at some point in time, but I've got the salts, so I may as well use them and see it through. Ben's planning on breeding some Regis, so speak to him. Warmth and light with that. Yeah, just lightly missed is my understanding for jumping spider. Yeah, Manta says I just came from it was like a surprise box. I don't know if you're up to date, Vic. KK Slimes on YouTube and Tails and Gizmos on Instagram, one and the same person, arranged a Secret Saviour, bit like Secret Santa, but Secret Saviour. So everybody was given somebody else to send something to, and you had the option of knowing who sent to you or who didn't send to you. I received my box today. It was absolutely friggin' awesome, and I had to know. I originally didn't want to know, but everybody else know. Anyway, so Kelly of Critters and Creations sent me that. So we got the absolutely, mate, watch the video back. The condition of those snails, I don't want to harp on about it. It's just friggin' awesome. Everything else is over here. We got cuttlebone, because cuttlebone is absolutely essential for snails. A little dish for putting protein in. Some really awesome, yummy. Oh, I hit the camera there. Sorry. What was this? Plum and dried nettle food. So we mix that with water until we get a kind of paste. And dude, no, that is. Although I kind of want to display it somewhere. I'll pop it up there just now. I don't want to use it, but I kind of want to display it because it's so cool. I've still got to decide what I'm doing. I've got loads of stickers. I've still got to decide what I want to do with them. Yeah, Unseen Universe is awesome. Mitch is a really, really brilliant, awesome guy. I know Mitch really well. We've worked with Mitch. Well, I haven't. My wife has helped Mitch at some of the shows. I've been too busy doing filmy things and being a nosy little bugger, looking at stalls and spending money and such like, and doing the whole chatting. But my wife has helped Mitch out at a couple of the shows at the Unseen stall. Very nice guy, top quality bloke. Why, hello. I'm assuming that hey sexy is for me, because if not, then answer any questions. And by all means, if there's anything you think I can help you with, um, you know, just message me on Facebook or whatever. And you've asked such amazing questions. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Pet Page. Yeah, it's brilliant questions. They're the kind of questions I like, really thought provoking, and hopefully can help other people avoid making the mistakes I've made. So thank you for your brilliant questions. Yeah. And how are you, mate? How are you? How are you? You missed it all. I've done unboxing, I've played a song, I've done cheering with pom poms, mate. Catch you later on, mate. Take care. Have a fantastic day or evening or whatever time scale you're on. Yeah, I'm really hoping the shows are back on soon. Obviously, safety is paramount and the welfare of people is paramount, but it would be absolutely incredible to get a show on the go again soon. I need to dart off and grab my phone charger because I'm down to 20%. Run. Best laid plans and all that jazz. I'll probably scoot off soon. I'm sure you've all had enough of me. Must be. Oh, that's yeah. Oh, you missed the pom poms. Oh no. Oh, you've been out. You've been out living at large. Have you, Vic? Tell you what, I could do with another coffee. That one's cold. But I have been on for nearly an hour and a bit, so it's no wonder it's cold. Yeah, you missed the pom poms. It was really well thought out and moment of sheer utter brilliance. But you can watch it back. Yeah, I don't drive either, mate. I don't drive either. All right, Pixie. I will. Well, as you can imagine, we're quite limited. We had our first Scottish show last year. The Scottish show is meant to be later on this year. We'll wait and see what happens with that. We normally would try and get to the ones closer to this side. I think we went to the northern last year. We want to go to the BTS. We were meant to do that last year, but shenanigans happened and that got blown out the water. But yeah, the Northern BTS and Scottish ones are certainly on our calendar for attending, and hopefully once they show that there is a market for it in Scotland, other organisers and other events could perhaps consider taking place this side of the border, because we've been a little bit neglected in the past. Mate, my door is always open for you. You can jump in your car and get your ass across here right now. Plenty of time yet. Day is young. Feel free. My door will never be closed to you, my man. Never. Unless. Yeah, if you're free, just. Yeah. It'd be awesome to have a catch up. Yeah, BTS, we would love to make Scottish show. Yep. Northern. Depends if any. Because we're now getting towards, we've surpassed halfway through the year. We've missed maybe 3 shows thus far. It's going to be very difficult, I would imagine, to reschedule them and fit them into the latter end of this year. Don't know where we are with the Scottish show at the moment. Hopefully, because I think what was that, August? There's maybe still hope for that yet. Don't know. Fingers crossed. That'd be cool. Obviously, we'll all keep as soon as the inverts shows UK announce anything. I'm sure it will be the talk of the social media platforms, which will be really cool. And hopefully, we might. I don't know what June, July is next month. Meh. Geographically orientated I am. West Midlands. There's one takes place in the Midlands, is there not? BT. Yeah, is that not? Yeah, I would say you're um probably the same as me. Northern and BTS are probably your closer ones. I had an amazing time at the Southern. Um, that was absolutely incredible. Meeting everybody for that. That was my first show, and it was amazing. I've done Doncaster a couple of times in the past, like before I was sort of YouTubing. Um, sorry, I was just reading Greg's comments there. Yeah, we've done Doncaster one a couple of times, but um, there's what it is. But yeah, hopefully. Any other questions? Because I need coffee. I live off of coffee. Coffee is my best friend, and I'm out of coffee. My little coffee cup is empty. Yeah, needs a clean. I'm one of these scabby so and so's that can't actually bother cleaning my coffee cup. I just kind of top it up, and periodically it gets a scrub, but generally it looks absolutely rancid. I do that. I leave a cup at work, and I leave it absolutely mank it because I know nobody else will use it. I also hide it on top of the cupboards because most people can't reach up there. Your best bet, see, when the shows are on, if you ask in well, certainly the group, the Invert UK shows group, if you ask in there, is there anybody travelling from A to B? Chances are, my wife and I were doing Doncaster a couple of years ago, and we put on. I can't remember if somebody had asked or if we said. Anyway, we ended up giving a lift to this really nice young lad who has been a really good friend. We wanted to go to this show. We offered to pick him up and take him. We could have been anybody. We could have been nutters. No comment. Um, and yeah, I've spoken to Luke and been really good friends with Luke ever since. So you just never know who you're going to meet by taking a chance, and you get to go to the show. So it's a win-win. Ants. Right. So obviously they will be in their test tube setup for according to the instruction they can live in that test tube setup for roughly about a year, so they won't be moving anytime soon. My Messer Barbarous, they're in a double-ended test tube setup. Now I've kind of connected in the middle with tin foil, and one end's got seeds in it, the other end's got the water chamber and such like. And the reason I've done it as a double ender uh, is so that I can just pop one end off and change it about, and yeah, it makes sense in my head. It has its practicalities, but I've not got any. There's nothing as awesome as Alcatraz in my head at the moment. But as soon as there is, you'll be the first to know when I come up with some bizarre and elaborate scheme to house them. As I say, the original island concept was going to be for the Messer Barbarous, the ant eating, no, the seed eating ants. But when we were researching it, apparently they're like the total thickos of the ant world, like the complete morons, muppets of the ant world. So they would just throw themselves in for fits and giggles and drown. So we decided not to go with that idea. But the others seem to be a bit more savvy. Yeah, because you've got Bugfest and stuff. I'm sure there's another show that happens on the other side of the border. I can't remember the name of. I think you guys get a few. You've got Doncaster. There's Bugfest. I'm sure there's another one that I can't think of. But I think there's quite a few, and then you've got the north, south, east, west ones. Where's we get? We get the one. Yeah, that'd be really cool. And of course, it'll soon be coming up. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? It'll soon be coming up for the nuptial flights, so it's coming up for the perfect time to go out and bag yourself a queen and start your own test tube colony, um, which is going to be cool. I'm quite looking forward to the flights taking place. Have any of you got anything cool happening? Yeah, catch them, make a wee bit of profit out of them. The most I did last year when Dan, my good mate for Stick and Mix, was visiting. We went on a wee exploration and we found a colony of the golden meadow ant. I think it was the them. Uh, so I'm hoping that when the flights take place, I can go and hopefully within the generalised area, hopefully find a mated queen. Because I hadn't. Other than that, the most I find is the Lasius niger more often than not up the way. So I'm hoping to go and maybe try something a wee bit different, golden ants or whatever they're called. Now that I know where there's an existing colony. Yeah, if you think she's a Lasius flavus, yeah, sorry mate, I couldn't think what the hell they were called. Yeah, if you think she's going into pre-molt, then there's no point pairing her. There was on the Saturday night live chat I was doing the other day. I don't know if they ever actually gave the answer, if anyone could remember. There is a species of tarantula, but one in however many hundred there are. There was one species that can retain sperm post molt. I don't think it was Nando. But yeah, if you think she's in pre-molt, then you're just going to have to wait, and hopefully your male can continue to be on the go. Next few days, nice. I'm working tomorrow. I'm off Thursday, Friday, and then I'm at the weekend. Joy of joys, 12 hours shifts, wearing a face mask. It's worth it. Like L'Oreal. Yeah, mate, just play it by ear and be ready for potentially hundreds of babies running about the place. Have I missed something here? What's? What are you greedy? How are you greedy? What are you greedy about? I feel I need to scroll back. Oh, all the spider mail. Yeah. All the spider mail. I contemplating making a wee Patreon purchase. As I say, I've got the two up there from the Patreons. There's something I've got my eye on. That I might go for. I'll wait and see. I put a wee post up to my Patreon page asking for some input. Yeah, I got some. I don't know what's with the accents. I got some replies. Speaking of Halloween, Exotic Pet Enclosure Designs, they are planning a huge Halloween competition. Obviously, the 5K, the promo and winner videos are up on my page. Steve seems to rope me into that. They are planning a huge Halloween competition. Now, he's not going to mind me saying it. He is hyped to hell about Halloween coming up. It's his favourite build off. And I think, if I recall correctly, he got beat last year. So they're looking to do a kind of, ding ding. So Steve is, he's the tarantula task enclosures. He's already. There's hopefully something on its way to you. But yeah, Halloween build competition. Head over to the Exotic Pet Enclosure Design group. Join if you're not already part of the group, and you will be inspired in so many ways. It's absolutely incredible to see the different builds and creations people have come up with, from paludariums, phanarium builds, enclosures, realistic, fake, themed. It's mental, absolutely mental. And typical of me, I plugged my phone into the only socket on a multi-bank that wasn't switched on, so I'm down to 10% battery. Got an X-ray on my wrist on Friday, as if anyone cares. If you're not on Facebook, if you keep an eye on, Steve will probably hype the hell out of it on the Tarantula-tastic enclosure Instagram. I don't know if he's set up one for the. If you follow Steve, he'll keep you up to date with. Oh, speak of the devil! Look, speaking of the devil, he doth appear. I was just speaking about you, you big jobby jabber. Steve, I was talking about how hyped you were for the Halloween competition over on the Exotic Pet Enclosures group. KK was saying she isn't on Facebook to follow the group, so I was saying, no doubt you will spam the living bejesus out of it as and when the details of that competition are on the way. So if you go and follow that not so good a haired fella as I am, but his builds are bloody incredible. Just don't tell him I said that. But yeah, he's like a kid in a candy shop waiting for Halloween to come so that he can do this build off. Because what happened last year, Steve? Who won that one of the admin build? Yeah, the sponsors are sorted correctly. We're looking at both sides of the pond, like with the 5K. I think there'll be a winner either side. Don't quote me. Let Steve do all the detailing. Did you win? I can't remember who won. I don't know. I know. There's a bit of competition between you and somebody else. What did I do to my wrist? I was making bedding raised pallet boxy type things for me wife. I shall show you them if I can. I'll run across the room. So those brown box things out there in my front yard, them things I made them. And going for a third one for Canada, nice. Whilst cutting the wood to do that, the circular saw blade protector thing didn't always close properly. So as I was cutting through, I was on that side and I went full weight, trying to avoid killing myself with the saw blade in my right hand. Went down full weight on my left hand, buckled my wrist, and that's been about 6 weeks, and it's still blooming sore to say the least. So I don't know if I've maybe got a wee chip or a fracture or something. So yeah, anyway, I've got to go up to X-ray and get it X-rayed, but I can get an appointment till Friday because of work schedules and such like. So yeah, that's that. But every now and then I just forget and I do things with it, and then I realise that it's like in here, it's like right in behind the bony bit. It's really uncomfortable, and I get weird pins and needles, and I can't seem to get my, like, obviously on this hand I can touch my little pinky, but on this hand it seems to bypass it all the time. I can't actually really properly get it to connect. Is what it is. Is what it is. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But yeah, I went over on it, full weight, down, crunch, ouch, 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 swear, swear, swear. Anyway, enough about the rest. There's got to be more entertaining things to speak about than my rest. Yeah, let's hope. Yeah, in our community, different events. It is really exciting. It's really awesome being part of all these collaborations, communications, sharing, and people like yourself that aren't necessarily content creators getting involved and being part of everything. And I certainly bloody appreciate it, and hopefully everybody else does as well. I'm sure they do. It's been awesome. It's been a really exciting thing to be a part of. And once again, a huge thank you from me and everybody else. Yeah, exactly. I was aware of the fact that the cover didn't always come up and over the blade. So every now and then I had to kind of like whoosh it away to try and avoid it cutting either myself or the ground or the cable and all that kind of stuff, and just stupidly wasn't paying attention, and the wood snapped. I went down, and the rest is history. You still. Oh, Greg, look forward to it. And Joe, I feel like I should just pack up mine and send it to you so you don't have to to deal with it anymore. That's well, I've been on for an hour and 40 now, and you've been kind of attempting this. Yeah, it's just in my line of work as well. It's very awkward, only kind of relying on one side of your body. Um, it's a bit awkward at times when you're struggling on one side, but be fine, be fine, be fine. You are a big part of the community. You don't have to be a content creator to be part of this community, and you know by coming up with ideas, taking hold of it, and running with it, and showing that you can still be involved without having to put out videos or create videos or nobody's going to say, oh, you don't make YouTube videos, you can't be part of this. People are welcome. It's about the hobby, it's about the passion for the animals and the sharing and the knowledge and just being part of something that makes you happy. Oh, nice one, man. Drop me a link when you're done, or I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you get, Greg. It'll be really cool. Cannot wait to see what you get. There's been a real, and again, this is goes to KK's amazing, incredible organisation. So somebody that obviously has the patience to put up with numbnuts like me, but the dedication that's gone in to try and make sure that the right kind of thing is sent to the right kind of person. Like, I'm sure everybody's had those conversations with KK whereby she's made sure that the recipient, that she's matched up what you're sending to the right person that's going to receive it. My box for my recipient should be going out this week. It's in the hands of the trader. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give anything away. It is in the hands of the trader who I think is waiting on something arriving so they can package up the box to get sent out. So it depends when it's ready to go. It's ready to go. So hopefully they will like what they get. Come on, I'm waiting for questions. Send me a question, please. I'll answer it. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You put the priority of the animal. What's my favourite thing about the hobby? Oh, that's a bloody difficult one. I think it's when you get something right. when you nail it, and you're like for me, I was really wary of getting a rhesus, the ladybird spiders, because there's not a lot of people, more so now than when I first got some, and there's not much about Eresis, and I was really nervous about getting it right. I think I've pretty much got it down to fine art. I've not had any bad molts that I could think of. My last wild canary, he matured out and lived his life. He was happy. He saw his life being gone. My other Rhesus Tigetos, he matured out and seems to have lived forever since maturing. But I've not lost any slings. They seem to be doing well. They seem to be growing. I think that sense of accomplishment and variety. I liked having a variety of things. I started off as a tarantula keeper. I had 80 plus tarantulas at one point, and then my passion kind of faded. It became a chore. I didn't like it. Didn't not like it anymore, but didn't have that same sense of passion and urge to add to it. If anything, I just kind of wanted to get rid of some. So I like keeping a variety of things. And being part of being part of a hobby, being hopefully something that can inspire other people. That's a big thing for me, is in the hobby. Breeding projects, not at the moment. I don't really have anything to breed just now. My Rhesus Tegetos was my big breeding project, but I just don't think she was interested in the slightest. I don't know whether I think she's an adult female, but she might have another molt yet. I don't know. The Linthel Phalax, maybe when they're adults. Depends on what I've got. Maybe consider them. I've got a commune of scorpions. There's 5 of them, so potentially there could be jiggery pokery going on there. Hopefully the snails will breed like Billio. That's one thing everybody says about ram's horn snails, is that once they mature and they start, it's like most snail species, they will just go at it. I'm hoping the pink dragon millipedes will breed. I'd love to have. It's the Heteromenes Petersii or Petersii, however you want to pronounce it. Hopefully the pink dragon millipedes will breed like crazy and we'll have loads of babies of them. That'd be really cool. When you don't pay for age and you can't out of the cords. £10 points if you can guess a song. If you can have one animal that's stupid, can I not have a clever one? I think if it wasn't for the DWA, if I didn't need a DWA, I would have Latrodectus. I would have the Black Widow or any number of. There's so many beautiful Latrodectus species that I would absolutely love to own. That would probably be my. If I could be bothered trying to sort out my DWA, but I don't think there's not enough that I want to own that would make it worth all the paperwork and the expense and the adaptations to getting DWA, but would be cool. But I think we'll probably call it a day for there. If anyone's not got, if anyone does, if anyone doesn't have any further questions, if I try to remember how to play. I didn't want to be an idiot. When you just want to be a punk and you're playing on an acoustic guitar. Oh, question. Excellent, Josh. That's much appreciated, though. Much appreciated. And I'm away to tidy up all this mess. Thanks to Kelly of Critters and Creations. Of course, check out Kelly of Critters Creations. I'm sure you all know exactly who that is, and I'm sure you're already subscribed, but I'll say it anyway. I need to go charge my phone. I shall enjoy the snails. I'll need to get them into an enclosure. I don't actually have anything at the moment, is the problem. I want a picture. I don't want a message. I want a picture of it connected. Thanks ever so much for joining me, and thank you to everybody. To Critters and Creations and KK for organising all this. Much appreciated. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, take it easy, guys and girls. Thank you and goodbye. Bye bye. Someone purple.